Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to be walking you through your Shakespearean Theater Day number 2 assignment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can follow along with the assignment as I'm going through each part. So you're going to see that we're continuing to work on Shakespeare. We're still looking at our theater history teaks, which are teak 4A and 4B, which is to demonstrate the role of theater as a reflection of history, society, and culture through participation in dramatic activities and exploring the influences of theater, film, television, and electronic media, such as key developments, figures, and works in society. And so we're looking at our key figure that we are going to be looking at this week is William Shakespeare. And we're going to be studying how he contributed to theater and the English language, and how he, how we still feel his influence today in our everyday life. And so you're going to see, after you enter your name and class period, you're going to see we have a warm-up video as usual, a little video performance to use. And then we have our flexibility exercises. Remember, if you can't do the full routine that we do in class, I still suggest that you do a couple of stretches at your seat just to get the blood pumping. You can rotate your head a little bit. Do some shoulder rolls, some other stretches with your arms, just to kind of wake up your body. And I'm going to go ahead and mark the ones that we always do on our daily routine. But like I said, you can just do some at your seat. For your facial warm-up, I recommend 3 to 5 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. As well as big face and little face. Some tongue twisters to finish off, such as toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Any of those are fine. I forgot to do that. And then once you get onto the daily activity page today, you're going to see that we're going to be learning about how Shakespeare used language in his writing, and then we're going to review some literary terms. You've probably seen these literary terms before in your classes, in your English classes, or maybe they might be new for you. But either way, we're going to learn about some terms that William Shakespeare commonly used in his works. So we're going to watch a short video about Shakespearean insults. That's another thing that Shakespeare was very famous for. Since he was so creative with words, his insults, like between characters on stage that were fighting or trying to upset each other, are very funny and are very unique. And so that video is going to show you a few examples of those insults. And then you have a couple of reflection questions to answer. Based on that video, why has Shakespeare and his work been used over and over? What do his words help us to understand? For that one, I gave you a little timestamp to think about. According to the video, what do you think the word fishmonger means? That one is just a guess. It's up to you to decide. And then what do you think biting your thumb meant? That's another, it's a gesture that William Shakespeare had in some of his plays. Once you're done doing those reflection questions, now you're going to learn about the literary terms. So there are 3 literary terms you're going to learn today or talk about today. And so these are ones that William Shakespeare commonly used, which are puns, similes, and metaphors. So a pun is a joke that's based on the use of a word or multiple words and that has more than one meaning but the same sound. So our example here is I'm on a roll. The word roll can mean the little bread like you see here in the picture, or when you say I'm on a roll, it's like you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. That's being on a roll. And so then,
attention 8th grade students and teachers, 8th grade students and teachers, that includes subs. Please send all students that are taking the double bus to the cafeteria at this time. 8th grade students to the cafeteria that are taking the double bus. The rosters are online, and substitutes, you should have received the roster when you picked up your attendance roster this morning. If you have questions, please buzz the front office. 8th grade students to the cafeteria for double bus.
All right, so underneath that question, we have an example video. These are puns used in the movie Toy Story. They're all from the different Toy Story movies. And so you'll choose one example from the video and then write it down in the box underneath. No. Do you want me to pause? Do you want me to pause it? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Mr. Martinez is here talking to me. Anyway, this simile, the next one, sorry about that interruption. He was trying to talk to me and I was like, I'm recording. So the next one is simile. So a simile is when you compare two things that are usually not alike using the words like and as. So our examples here are like, we're two peas in a pod. That kind of means like usually in a friendship sense, like we belong together, two peas in a pod, because the peas come in the same little pod, right? And then, or as brave as a lion is the other example. So like we really don't know if lions are brave, but we kind of have that in our head that they're like these strong, powerful creatures. So, you know, that's where that little saying comes from. And those are both examples of similes. So again, you have a song and then an example from the video. So there's plenty, it's a song full of just all similes. So you're just gonna choose one, write it in the box. Our last one is gonna be metaphor. So metaphor is also a word that we use to compare, but instead of using like or as, we say something is something else. So some examples are like this little book title, The World is Your Oyster. The world isn't really an oyster, but the idea, that saying means that like the world is yours, it belongs to you, it's yours to treasure, you know? And so that's an example of a metaphor. And then the other one is that we have there, the other example is you are my cupcake. If you call somebody cupcake, we know they're not really a cupcake, right? They're human. But when we say you are my cupcake, that's kind of like you are my cupcake. It's like you're my sweet thing. You're my sweet, you know, my sweetie, you know, whatever kind of meaning to it, I guess. And so metaphor, something, you're saying something is something else. You are something is something else. So metaphors can be used with like is or are, but most of the time it's going to be is. You are, or not you are. This is this. Sorry if that was confusing, but yeah, something is something else, not is like, or, you know, that's a simile. Simile, like or as, metaphor, be, is. So again, you have your example of metaphor video, and then you're gonna listen to an example that you got from that video.
One last call, 8th grade.
Your last thing you'll do is you'll fill in.
Teachers, substitutes, please look at the rosters to ensure that we have all our students that are testing today to the cafeteria. Thank you.
You'll fill in your exit ticket. So your exit ticket is just a simple review question. What are the 3 literary terms that we talked about today that we find in many of Shakespeare's plays? Once you've answered that question, you can click submit, and then that's it. You're done for the day. I hope this video was helpful to you. Remember, if you have questions, you can always reach out on Google Classroom comments, Remind text message, or by popping in on our live sessions during the day. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Remember, today is a great day. You are in control of you. Every day is a great day to try your best. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.